Oh, okay.
Hey Marty, how's it going, my friend? Welcome to the stream, and just want to do a coin chat or general chat with everybody. Hope everyone's having a good day, and welcome. And got some really cool things to show you from Ran. I'll do that in a bit, and show you my silver pool. So I'm still going to be working on a little bit. Got a bit more work to do on it, and it's great to see Marty. If you want to come up, Marty, it's entirely up to you. The strings links in the chat there, and we have Austrian Stacker. Great to see you, sir. The links in the chat if anybody wants to come up. And I got something really cool from Ran So Far Away, and he didn't want me to do a Roberto. Good to see you. How are you doing? Always great to see Roberto in the chat. If you want to leave your links in the chat, get each other out to know each other, of course. Please do so. That'd be awesome to make new friends that way. And I'm pretty sure you all have you can put links in if you want to. It's entirely up to you. Or ask them to put links in for you. And already in bed. I made this today. I've still got a little bit more work to do. A little feather going there. So just got to do a little bit more to the top and then a little bit more to the side there. So that'll be ready. I've done the back. The back is pretty cool. Clean it up. And this took me 5 hours to sort this out. So yeah, it's got a little bit more work to do on it on the edges and that, and it's done. And just got to send it off to get it hallmarked, and that'll be another piece for sale. And EAC's here. Great to see you, EAC. Awesome to see you. Hope you're doing well. Say hi to Polar Bear for us. If anybody wants to come up, you're more than welcome to. I know Austrian Stacker's in bed, and hopefully we get to see Santa tonight. He might be around now doing his thing. And it's great to see. I've got some fantastic things to show you from Ran. If you don't know Ran So Far Away, I can't find his link to his channel. I've looked on Austrian Stacker's channel and I can't find his link anywhere. If you write his channel name, I can't find it. I got a furnace. I got my own furnace in just out there, and I have to do it. I can't do it all the time because my partner, she has asthma, so I have to be very careful when she's around. So everything has to be really ventilated. So yeah. I use heat. Electric, just electric. It's just electric one, but it's really good. I've only done about 9 things, I think. 3, 6, maybe a bit more than that. About 12 things so far over a period of time because I can only do so much at a time. So yeah, it's because I don't have a specialized area. I have to literally pull everything out, put everything away, get my stuff out, do what I need to do when my partner's out, and then ventilate everything. And then obviously everything's been put away and done. So she was out today, so I managed to finish this off. Last couple of days were really busy. So yeah, heat works. Heat works a lot. That's funny though. Heat. Oh man. Please put your links into your channels, guys. That'll be awesome. Get to know each other and make new friends. We're 4 minutes in. I want to show you when I get a few more people here. I want to show some really cool things. What Ran sent me, and he sent some British coins. He sent some 20p's, 10p's, 1p's, and some 5p's, 2p's, and a pound coin. I'll show them as I go along, but there's some stuff here that Austrian Stacker may know about more. There's the 3p there. I've never seen that coin before. I've not seen that one. I've seen one of those. But yeah, I'm pretty curious about this one. And so I'm glad actually Austrian Stacker's here. Lauren's got to get really early in the morning. So is Zoe. So I thought, well, they're going to bed. So I thought I might as well stream now. No, I'll tell you what I'll show you actually before you go. Is I wonder if I can set my stream up so it's a half a mark. That is a really cool coin. That's 1900, I think. My eyes are bad. $1906. 1906 half mark. Absolutely awesome coin. I'm not sure which mint mark it's from though. I'm not sure if there's different ones. I think there is. F mark. What's the F mark? It's not Frankfurt, is it? So that's the F. And this absolutely amazing coin here. Hey, Jesse O, it's always good to see you. Yeah, I'm having a fantastic day. Not even sure. I know this is going to be the Emirates coin, so I know it's 250, but I can't be sure. So I'm not sure which one. I have to find out that. I'll just research that one. And the other one I want to show you. I hope you're having a good day too. Oh, Stuttgart. Okay. Let's just get camera on this one because this is 1957. Is that Polish? What's Portuguese? Oh, I know this one. Republic of Portugal. Yeah, 57 centavos. I know that one. That's a pretty cool coin. I've seen this one before. That's a pretty cool coin. Oh, you can't really see it. The camera's not great. I know there's 6 different mints, isn't there, altogether? Got Berlin, Munich, Stuttgart. I believe Vienna is one of them. Hungary. I know there's 6 different mint marks. A is Berlin, and this one is absolutely awesome. don't even know what this one is. I thought I'd seen all the American coins. I've never seen that one. Oh man. When you need a background. It's quite weird because I've never seen American coin spin. It's got like an Indian. It's got an Indian on one side, Stony, and the eagle on the other. Father Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
Just chilling. How are you doing there, Elf?
I'm doing very well there, sir. I've never seen this coin. I thought I'd seen nearly all the American coins. Storylock, how's it going? There he is Mr. Storylock. I don't know if you can see that very well on this computer, but it's got like the eagle on one side. And then
from my vantage point, it looks just like a shiny disc.
And you got the Indian on the other.
Ah.
It's milled. I'll have to check that out. It has no denomination on it. It's got Golden State Mint. Golden State Mint.
Doing fine, thank you.
So how are you? And you're doing good? You're doing good? I got amazing stuff from obviously EAC, which I featured the other day, and I've been given some British coins. And this one's curious. I want to break it out the mint, out the flip, which I might do and put it into a different flip because I have flips that fit this, and it'd be more stable. Okay, Jesse, thank you so much for coming and stopping by. Lady Braven's in the house, and Zoe's walked away with my scissors. I'm pretty sure she has. And right, let's just open this flip up a minute. Oh, this is 1956. Okay, so I've done it now. 1936.
I visited Zoe's channel, and all it did was make me hungry.
I was cleaning up. I was actually cleaning up my silver pour, and she goes, "I'm just going to close the door. I'm going to do my YouTube channel or my YouTube video." I went, "Okay, YouTuber." She goes, "I want it quiet." So this is also this is one Pfennig in 1936. I'm trying to find a mint.
Say goodnight to Lauren. So I can go to bed.
So you have a German one Pfennig.
That's an A mint. So I'm pretty sure he just said, "Good night, sweetheart. Love you. Okay. Right. Yeah. Sweet dreams. Don't fall out of bed this time." She fell out of bed last night. Made a right racket.
I didn't.
And she started playing tennis.
I didn't.
And racket.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is an A mint mark. It's 1936 one Pfennig. I've seen the Pfennigs, but I've never seen one with the wheat. I think it's wheat. Muddiest Hobby, great to see you. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's just A mint mark, and I think that was Berlin or Munich.
Oh, that's right. That's the same year as the Berlin Olympics, wasn't it?
Yeah, Jesse Owens.
Yes.
Little fun fact. Well, it's not a fun fact. Did you know Hitler shook Jesse Owens' hand, and when they all went back to the United States, Roosevelt didn't. I think it was Roosevelt at the time.
It would have been, yeah. I know.
Coming along.
Mrs. C was looking at things. She says, that's beautiful, but I wonder what it would look like if you made a set of angel wings or a wolf head.
Oh, Wolfhead. Yeah, actually, Sheldon sent me a few things to have a look at, and there's some amazing stuff.
Hello, money is hobby.
Is that one there? That's pretty cool. So I might have a go at doing that one. What else is there? This Spartan helmet's pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
So I might have a go at these. Love you, babes.
I have got the noisiest coffee cup in the world.
And jingle all the way. If the bell don't ring, you got to make him a cuppa. This is pretty cool. This is one I do like. Is
Oh yeah, that would make a nice one.
I like that. All right, that's pretty cool. And,
I know a lot of my American friends would really enjoy something like that one.
And something like that.
Oh, that
Beautiful.
is nice.
Indian headpiece, isn't it? Oh, it's pretty cool. Mr. Tanny!
I see we've got a New Zealander in the house.
See, I'm gonna have a go at doing some of them as well. So I've just got a bit more work to do. I just got to finish off the this side. Just got to bring it down a bit more and a bit more to this side here, and I'm done. But it's quite a thick piece. I mean, it's really, really thick.
It is. What's the weight on that right now?
Actually, I haven't even checked, to be honest. And that's the back of it. I've cleaned the back really, really smooth. Where's my scales? There they are. I reckon it's going to be around about, let me have a guess.
2.7.
What ounces? What do you reckon the weight of this feather is right now?
Let's see. It's
in grams.
It's thick. It's over 2.
It is 19 grams.
19. And what is that in ounces?
That is 0.61 troy
Oh,
ounces.
well, I'm way off.
So yeah, just over half ounce. That's not bad. So I've still got a bit of silver left to play around with, and yeah, I'm going to do
I
some
can
of
see
those,
that. Do 4 or 5 of those on and put them on a chain.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be absolutely amazing, and have one long one, one stuck in the hat.
Just it's something you don't want to go swimming with, though.
No, be head heavy. So like my
That's
new
right.
life vest, the drown vest. Northeast Coins. And I'll show you what else. This is absolutely amazing. This is from Ran. Okay. This is just fantastic. Yeah, I'll just do this quickly.
Oh my goodness. It's I'm glad that you didn't make it red.
Yeah. That'd be fun, yeah. Oh man, we have a shooting solution. Oh, that is just awesome. That is fantastic. What a guy, man. I love it. Absolutely love it. And I wanted to do a mail call for him, but I couldn't find his channel. And these are pretty cool. Now, I've never seen anything. I think this is Polish. I'm going to try to see Austrian Stacker about this one, but this is absolutely tiny. What can I compare it with? That's a postcard size. So we got a postcard, and then we have
Austrian Stacker's being silly again.
banana. Is he? Oh, Schweitzer, bananas, nachos, apple. But that's tiny. This is a really, really cool note, man. The detail on this is just absolutely asteroid, lilac, ice cream, apple. And we got €0.
A €0?
A €0.
Actually, I saw a video on those zero notes, and that you can collect them, and each country apparently in the European Union has a €0 note.
They do indeed. Field guy. Is Field guy in here?
If Field Guy were here, we'd know it very quickly.
Yeah, that's true. And an Israeli note. This is just absolutely awesome. Look at
That's Hebrew.
Yeah,
in the
Israeli.
bottom. What's that? A 1 shekel note?
Yep, I think so.
I've never seen an Arabic in the bottom. I've never seen a 1 shekel note before.
That is crisp mint. That is. It's just feels like it's just come out the off the press, like, you know. And then we have a Somalian. I think it's 50 shillings. This is. Austrian Stacker's sisters. This called is €0, and we have another one from Israel as well.
I love Wiener Schnitzel. Das ist good.
And the detail is absolutely fantastic. And the $100 Polish note. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but Zoich, is it? Zoich? Zolich?
Proletariat.
I reckon it's absolutely amazing. But man, these it's just this just gets to me. I reckon it's just absolutely awesome. I'm not sure why it's clipped at the bottom though. That's actually curious. If you notice that the corner's clipped.
Well, I guess if they clip enough of them, it'd be just like back in the days when they used to clip coins to get the silver off. You get enough paper off, you make yourself a whole note. Don't.
Good.
No, I don't think that would work. But okay, it's a thought.
Polski, Polish. But yeah, absolutely fantastic gifts there. I'll show you the coins again. He sent me some British coins, which you've all seen, and this is just awesome. I can't thank him enough, man. I mean, like Evil Arts Conservative sent me stuff. Austrian Stacker sent me stuff. Lady Braven sent me some banknotes. Absolutely awesome. I still, I keep, as you know, how I keep my stuff. And you sent me some amazing things, and I can't thank everybody enough. It's just, these are just amazing. That little card is awesome. How you done that card? I think that was really, really cool. But was it code called? What's that shit? I've got the ship in my head, and it ran aground. Cornelia, that's it. It was Cornelia. That's the ship. That's the one it capsized.
Oh, was that the ferry?
Yeah, cruise ship kind of thing.
Oh, was it
Richard.
Richard, stop.
So yeah, these
Nice
are
to see you.
going to go into that one there. So yeah, that is just amazing.
Yeah, I went out and I picked myself up four customer wrap rolls of loonies the other day. And I haven't gotten into them yet, but I'm not holding out for anything great out of them, since loonies, you're looking for commemoratives, maybe the odd error. No silver, I'm afraid. Canada's doesn't have very much in silver.
It's still possible to find now.
Well, you can buy it at the LCS or a flea market, or if you're lucky enough to run across someone that's selling old coins at garage sales and stuff. But and I know my elves got tons of silver, but they will not part with it. They are so cheap when it comes to their coins.
When you say elves, you're on about fellow Canadians, right?
No, they're from all over the world. Don't think the elves are just Canada has a monopoly. I got a lot of them that are Finnish and Laplanders. There's quite a few of them.
I'm pretty sure that if as long as they're on the good list, that they might part with some.
No. I have much better chance getting a candy cane off them than I will about a silver coin.
Yeah, but you like candy canes.
Oh, I do. That's why I'm easily what's the right word? Not subdued. I'm easily satisfied.
Easily satisfied. Yeah, he was eating one the other night. He was having a good old chomp on it the other night on one of his candy canes. And then,
that was a good one too.
And he had so many of them, he wasn't feeling very well. True. Bad Santa. Yeah,
once in a while you can, depending on which ones you're looking at. I found silver in Canadian quarter rolls. Again, customer wrapped rolls. Occasionally I'll come up. I think the last one I got was a 67, which was fine. The odd dime. So coin roll hunting for me is very, very, very rare. I don't do it as often as I used to love doing it when I just started out. Get all those spots filled in your collection, but now it's just the old ones that I'm trying to find.
The hunt's still there.
The hunt's still there. It's I'm always looking.
Yeah. I mean, I always keep looking and searching, but where my coins are dried up from trying to get coins out the bank is more or less impossible. The bank talks you like a like you don't belong there, and they say, oh, we can't give you any coins, and I say why, and then Zoe goes in and says that I've got a bank, she banks there, and she said, well, we just said we can't give you any coins, and they talk you like really rudely. To be honest, I've complained loads of times to the head office, and there's still nothing done. We have Monkey King Metals and Doctor Who here, but I'll show you. I mean, I've got quite a few books, but these are some of the books that I do have filled up with 50p's. All different. These are varieties. That's one. Then the Beatrix Potter ones. That's all filled up. Beatrix Potter coins. There is 3, 6, 9, 12, 120 coins in that book. 120 coins in that book. 120 coins in that book. It's full up. Hello. I think he's tipped over on his sledge. Random book here. Another one. It's 4. A few more there. 5, 6 books full up, and there's some more on the way. But it's all. I haven't done a proper coin hunt now for. Well, the other day I've done a coin hunt for the first time in ages, and that's just 50p's. I think that's 50p's in there as well. But yeah, it's. I think he's just had a. Jimmy the car is in the house. I hope you're doing good, Jimmy. Hope everyone's doing well. Of course, put your links in the chat if you want to make new friends and catch each other on each other's channel. Of course. Let's write this down. So, how is Mr. Jimmy? How is Marty? How is Lady Braven? How is Doctor Who, Evil Arch Conservative? Austrian Stacker, Silver Tea. Great to see everybody. Thank you for joining us. I think we just lost Santa. I think he just tipped over. How's Richard? If anybody wants to come up, I'll be sending your winnings out, Austrian Stacker. What's the date tomorrow? Friday tomorrow, isn't it? Probably next Monday. He's having a good Thursday. Marty is nuts. Is here. And of course, I haven't seen Jimmy for a while. How is Jimmy doing? We will find. If anybody wants to come up, you're more than welcome to. I'm pretty sure. He's good. He's good. Yeah, Jimmy's on the. He's been underground for a while, hasn't he? What else can I show you? Show you my silver paw. Evil Arch Conservative sent out some coins the other day for you guys to win on Battle Chat. My Battle Chat is going to be postponed for this month because I want to try and make something for Christmas theme. And this is some of the coins. And look at this. This is Evil Arts Conservative sticker. Absolutely awesome sticker. Look at that. Oh, it's rainy, chilly, and quiet here today. It's not been too bad, but it's been pretty cold. I know it's been colder in other places, of course. Got Fiji coins just to win on the battle chat very soon. 20 cents from Evil Arts Conservative. Got bicentennial, $half. Absolutely amazing coin. Oh, I know I have that upside down that way. That's because I was looking at the building. Absolutely love that coin. And we have the Italian Lira. So these are all prizes from Evil Arts Conservative. That is that Lebanese? Didn't even notice this one. Oh. Oops, I think that is actually. Is that Greek? I think it's Greek. It's a pretty cool coins, man. And I think this is not. This is an actual. Emirates coin, I think. What's this one? No, I thought so. Chile. This is from Chile. Absolutely amazing coin. So it's Chile where you are. So, and then we have the Uruguayan coins. There's 3 Uruguayan coins, and then we have, I think it's Taiwan. I think they're like 1 baht coins. So yeah, you have these to win very soon. And so there's 2 of those to win, and then there's 3 Uruguayan coins. 3, 10, upside down. I know I'll do that. There we go. They're really tiny. So the Uruguayan 10 centavos coins. And then you get the Evil Arts Conservative, upside down, sorry, Polar Bear. Evil Arts Conservative sticker. Awesome. The temperature here is 10 degrees Celsius. Don't let that fool you. Gets even colder here. Santa's busy. Just pop them over there so they don't crash anything. Oh yeah, I'll be making some new stickers for December, like I always do on the wins. You're going to get a Christmas sticker if you win on the battle chat, and 10 degrees centigrade. What's that in Fahrenheit? 10 degrees AC to in Fahrenheit. is 50 degrees in Fahrenheit. So it's 50 degrees where you are, and Richard is on 81 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's going to be, sounds nice and warm to me, which is 27. Wheat back attack. How are you doing? Thug stacking, brother. So yeah, that sounds like pretty toasty there, where Richard is. Yeah, I don't trust our temperature yet. I should just reset it to see. Yeah, it's 10 degrees. But it feels like minus 20. 12 degrees centigrade in Fahrenheit. Oh, wrong one. So what's that? 12 degrees Fahrenheit. I know it's about -5, isn't it? So what does he say? 12 degrees. Yeah, it's minus 10, so it's quite chilly. Hey, Miss Seven Bow, great to see you. How have you been? I've been trying to tell Zoe to jump onto your channel to show your out and abouts, your little shopping and your things like that. 80 when it's a distant memory until late spring. Yeah, it's I love it when it gets to the 20s over here. 20s, 30s. Actually at the 40s, didn't we, last year? So if anybody wants to come up, you're more than welcome to, because I'm only streaming for a little while longer. I ain't streaming too long tonight. Is Silver Tea still here? Yeah, 50. Well, 12 degrees. So 12 degrees Fahrenheit is -11. Oh, thank you so much. Totally appreciate you, Miss Seven Bow. You're awesome. And we have Lady Brave and Evil Arch Conservative, Monkey King Metals, Jimmy, Thug Stacking. Great to see everybody. And of course, Austrian Stacker is in bed right now. And we have, well, we did have Santa up here. Santa's just gone. And we have, of course, Silver Tea. Let's try and go for all the channels again. And we have Richard, Wheatback, Evil Arch Conservative, Lady Braven, Doctor Who, Monkey King Metals. I keep saying his name wrong. Austrian Stacker. Sent me a little gift the other day. And hopefully we get Mr. Santa up if anybody wants to come up and have a chat. You're always welcome if you want to come up. You're mowing the lawn. Our one needs doing as well, but it's too cold for that over here. I'm actually looking forward to doing some more silver pouring. I'll finish this off tomorrow, and I'll pour something else tomorrow. And I can't wait to get this done. I want to get at least 6, 7 done this month, and finish this one off. Absolutely love it. Oh, come on, you silly camera. We've had a few flurries, but we're supposed to get a little snow Monday. I don't mind the snow. I don't mind the cold. I don't like being cold. And I hate it when it all goes all slushy. Something that Tanifer loves. He loves a lot of snow. So how is Richard doing? Oh, let's go back here. Let me see if Wheatback is okay. Santa's okay. I think he's all right. He's doing well. How's the cats? Either like Conservative House Polar Bear. If anybody wants to come up, you're more than welcome to. I'll put the link in the chat and come up for a few minutes. Ah, there he is.
Did you miss me?
Always.
I got bounced out again.
Phone call, right?
It's those South Pole elves have been bugging me.
Let me just.
So what have I missed?
Not much. We've just been showing a few things. I'll show my books. If anybody wants to see something else, was really cool. I've got a whole jar of coins I need to go through. Another one.
Oh my goodness!
So yeah, lots of coins there. Go through. Oh, hello.
Tell me, do you hang stockings up in your home?
No, we just hang the dog. Lions, great to see you. Delilah. No, we do actually, don't we? Yeah, we hang up on the lights. We got like 2 lights over there, and we go around putting all the stockings up, putting the presents in there. We did when they were little. The kids were little. What else is there?
Yeah, it's interesting. One of the things that many people do when they hang their stockings, there's specific items that go into a Christmas stocking that a lot of people aren't aware of. It's not just any old thing. There's actually certain items. The number one thing is there should be at least 1 piece of silver in there, whether it be a dime, a nickel, or a dime, or quarter, a dollar, something like that. There should be a piece of silver in there. That's to emphasize wealth in the coming year.
Yes.
Then you've got, of course, my favorite. You got to put a candy cane in there. You have to put a piece of fruit, usually a mandarin orange or something along that line. An assortment of nuts is wonderful in there.
Yeah.
Of course, an assortment of chocolates is always something that's really nice.
That's always a bonus.
For the youngsters, of course, you can have some small toys and whatnot. And for the adults, they like those scratch and win tickets. They tend to enjoy having those put in the stockings these years. So they're a lot of fun doing.
I normally put requests in my one, but that never happens.
Is that how it works?
Requests.
You put your requests in the stocking. You got to wash the stocking first, though. You know that, right?
Oh, I never know that bit. It smells of cheese. Finn's doing well. He went to the vets today, and he's apparently he's doing great. He's perfect apparently according to the vets. So yeah, little cheeky git. He barks at everything at the moment. I took him for when Lauren was away. I took him for a walk, and He barked at absolutely everything. A little leaf went past in the wind. He weed on the wall.
Oh,
At
dear.
his own wee. I thought, what are you doing? And then he was like, barking at his own shadow because it was quite late. And as the shadow went past him, he was like stood there going row 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 row. Didn't realise that he had a shadow. But anything, bit of grass, row 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 row. But yeah, he's a strange little character. A 1 kilo skull there, says Marty's nuts about digging.
Unfortunately, a 1 kilo wouldn't hold up very well in the stocking on a mantelpiece. It'd probably end up cracking down on the floor. It would break all your chocolates.
Real Clark said, "Do you poop before or after Christmas?" Probably all those mince pies. You don't want to be near that.
Minced meat pies.
I can't touch. I can't go near that mince meat. But yeah, it's oh man, mince meat. I can't go near it.
Well, things have changed for the better, Dale. I mean,
sorry,
you go back even 100 years, and you'd end up with Christmas pudding, and typically they put a brandy on it and they set it on fire, and you have the sprig of holly in there and whatnot, and it was mostly currants and that's where they're getting the sweetness from, or the fruit that was in, much like a fruit cake today that you get.
Yeah,
and fruit cakes typically are not the favorite for most people these days.
Oh no, you go.
Yet that back then that was a big thing because they didn't have the wide assortment we have now.
No. I'm kind of odd when it comes to Christmas stuff because I can't stand Christmas, even because my nan, she used to make Christmas puddings, and she used to set them alight. Yep. And all I saw one day was this orange going around the side of it, and had this orange on it. And of course, she obviously saw the alcohol just goes like this, and the smell was incredible, and I couldn't touch it. It was like
no. I prefer a nice. I love trifle.
I love making trifles.
Trifles are absolutely delicious, very filling, and a lot of people in North America here aren't really familiar with trifles, especially you do have them where you can make them with fruit, but you don't necessarily have to.
No, you don't.
Very, very simple, and one of the most decadent Christmas desserts you can get, especially when you get it with lots of whipped cream and sprinkles over top, and you got that custard layer, and you got that the sponge mixed in with the jello on the bottom, and that is just an amazing dessert.
You can, when I do mine, I layer one jelly, and then I put like if I can, if I want to, I can put in the center, I can put sherry or whatever, and then put another jelly on top. Or you can put it with sponges or even mixed sweets, whatever you want to do with it.
Oh, absolutely.
And I love making trifles. Absolutely love them. And it's one of my favorite desserts. And when I first met Zoe, I goes, "I'll make a trifle," didn't I? And she's like, and she tried for it. Whoa, this is really good.
Very filling though, especially after you've eaten a big turkey and one. Oh my goodness, you're just like, oh, where am I going to put this?
Are they? I thought a whole one was for me. John Jacobs in the house with Hi-Ho Silver, and but yeah, Christmas when I smelled that Christmas pudding, it was no, thank you. And of course, you had to eat it, and I just
and with all the goodies there are to eat at Christmas time,
all the stuff you can eat today. And as you said, it was limited, so it was and everything was baked and cooked to it there and then. It wasn't like shelf bought stuff. So you had to they made the marzipan, they made the icing, they made the decorations,
It was a lot of work.
I'm pretty sure though,
Yeah.
Like they used to use real ball bearings for the decorative like silver bits on the top.
Yeah.
I think they real, I think they were, because you bit into one of them, your teeth went, I'm pretty sure that was real ball bearings. But yeah, there was the marzipan, and that was quite nice. But oh man, this fiery cake that come in, no.
As surprising as it is, you go as far back as World War II. One of the things that they added in a lot of their ingredients, especially things like
Gunpowder.
Meat pies and whatnot, they used to add sawdust. Believe it or not.
Do you know? I never actually heard of that.
Yeah, they used to add sawdust. Some of their breads and stuff, because they were short on flour, whatnot. They used to switch out certain items, especially when they were low on flour. And some of the things that they made were like peas. Peas were quite popular for making types of breads and whatnot. Oh my goodness, there's just a whole raft of different items. If you ever look it up, see what some of the things that they had to use in order to get by just to live. It was a tough time.
Oh, Jack Daniel's cake. That sounds good. I never heard of that. My gramp used to grow his own stuff. My gramp. I mean, he died. He must have been. I think my gramp was 96 or 6 or 7 when he died, and he died in 1983. Was 1985? 1985 he passed away, and he was 97, and he used to be a farmer. And he didn't go to World War One because he was a farmer. If you're farming the land or whatever. And his father, my great grandfather, was a farmer. That's the only grandparents I knew was my mum's dad and grand. I didn't know my dad's grandparents. I think there's a picture of my great grandfather on that my uncle Norman's got, and he was a farmer, and he grew everything. In his garden, he had everything grown, like tomatoes.
Yeah,
peas,
you go back far enough. In the United States, they used to call them victory gardens. They used to grow a lot of their own vegetables and whatnot. So there wasn't really a shortage of vegetables per se. It's things like eggs and meats and whatnot, and the better cuts. I mean, you ended up eating things like cow tongue, which was quite popular. Not that you ate it whole. Basically you had to boil it and then roast it and cut it up and then make it into almost like a shepherd's pie and whatnot. So it was very, very gummy.
Sugar cream pie is my favorite from here, from Indiana. And I saw Jack Daniel. That sounds good, actually. Is Shady McGravy in there? Is he here? Did I miss him? I'm sorry. What's Povitica? What's that? Povitica. Povitca.
In this day and age, I think it's worthy that anybody that gets a chance should put in a garden of some sort, especially with the cost of everything going up the way it is. It just makes common sense to have a little garden if you can.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I'm probably the worst ever gardener in the world. Alan W, great to see you, my friend. I'm sorry if I missed you. I'm just about know what lawns are, grass, anything else. Just don't let me go near it, because I wouldn't even know the difference between a stinger nettle and a daisy. I think I told you about my mum. She goes, "Oh, Dale, pull the weeds out from the garden." Yeah, right then, because I didn't realise she just put all these brand new flowers in, around the garden and that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So I went and got the lawnmower, done the lawn, and raked everything up. I thought, I know, I'll do the weeding now, and I ripped up all the gardening she'd done all afternoon. Right, in like 5 minutes, just ripped up. She goes, "Where's me flowers?" I went, "What flowers?" Just the flowers. I goes probably in the £300 worth of flowers has gone down the drain in like half hour. It's like gone. So yeah, I wasn't allowed to touch the lawn anymore.
Well, I'm sure you didn't do that on purpose.
No, I didn't do it on purpose. My mum, if my
You
mum
thought
had
you were
said to me,
helping.
don't go round the edges and around over there, I'd have been all right. But not a problem. Metalheads in the house. But yeah, no, my mum goes to me, rip the weeds up, do the cubone lawns, because obviously mum's getting on a little bit. And I thought, yeah, right, no worries.
Prairie oysters tend to, they're very popular in Manitoba. And Alberta, they tend to be a little smarter, and they'll eat bison, they'll and certain select things nowadays. I've had pemmican, which is quite good, and I'm really partial to bannock. Bannock is delicious. In England, you'd call them English twists, where you take the bread and you put them around a stick, and you can cook it over a campfire.
Okay.
They're quite good. But yeah, prairie oysters. I know a lot of people that do eat them, but they're right up there with snails. I don't eat snails either. Nothing like that.
Okay, so they're quite.
Snowballs, much better.
Zoe loves snails. She absolutely loves them. She's always out in the garden eating them. And no, it's not true. 8 hours to cook cow tongue, $80. I tell you what is one offal I love, and that is liver. I love liver. Liver, mashed potatoes, onion gravy, beautiful.
Yeah, in my youth, we used to go down to the farmers market, and things like cow tongue, cow stomach, even things like oxtails, which used to get for 10 cents a pound. Now, the last time I bought oxtails, it cost me $100 to feed the family. So they're actually quite valuable now. There's no longer considered garbage meat.
No, it's not. It's amazing what would be a poor man's steak, is what he would call it, or poor man's dinner, is now a delicacy in some places.
Yeah, isn't that something, eh?
It's like a chicken. You go and get a chicken these days, and they're harder to get than it is a turkey. You can go and get a turkey, no problem, any time of the year. But try and get a chicken sometimes. They're like scarce. And I mean, pound for pound, you can obviously a turkey lasts for ages, but a chicken, it's just crazy. The prices. I mean, steaks. I haven't had a steak for ages. I sort of gone off steak, and chicken hearts. Yeah, we have chicken hearts. I don't mind chicken hearts.
When I use any of the gizzards, I always put them in a blender and actually add them to my stuffings. So whenever I make a chicken or turkey stuffing, I always use all the gizzards.
I not really a stuffing person, but if it's there, I'll eat it. Depends on what type of stuffing it is. I don't like the sage and onion one, but I know that is more or less a base. But a lot of people use different types. But I think taste changes over time.
Definitely does. Definitely does. My mother, which would be grandmother Christmas, she was a great chef, absolutely fabulous chef. But there's two things that she couldn't cook. One was liver, and the other thing was eggplant. And she was determined to get all us little clauses to eat these different types of foods. And to me, a liver, I'm sure, can be made properly, but the way she made it, it always tasted like it was it was gravelly. The texture was weird. It just didn't taste right.
Really grainy, I should imagine.
Grainy, that's a good way to put it. And the eggplant, she was total failure with eggplant. I didn't taste good eggplants until I went to the Middle East and tried it in falafel with falafel. They used to have falafels, which is like the Big Mac of the Middle East, and they used to fry the eggplants in with the same oil as the falafel balls, which is chickpeas. They look like meatballs, and they're absolutely delicious.
Oh, they sound good.
You know. Oh, absolutely. Oh, I can eat them until they come out my ears. Those are good.
We have a Portuguese restaurant in town, and it's one of my favorite restaurants. It's very expensive, and I'm still yet to take Zoe there. And what it is, they have these. You can have all the meats you like. There's all types of meats, and it's on a skewer. So they come along, they carve it, but there's also like a Portuguese like buffet,
right?
And you can have pork, chicken, beef, whatever you want. Really, it doesn't really matter. Vegetables, and then you can have your buffet stuff. And you have this block, but it's a red. It's got 4 red sides and 4 green sides. Is that right? 3, 4, 1, 2, yeah. Right, or 3 green sides. 3 green sides and 3 red sides. Sorry. If it's green, they will keep coming back to you. Yeah, and they skewer all this meat off, whatever you want.
Right.
Obviously, you get your chicken hearts and cooked. Kathy's Corner, great to see you. How you doing, Metalhead? You get it's all you can eat as much as long as you're sat at the table. And if you forget to turn that over to red, that means you please don't serve us anymore. Full up, we're having food comas and food babies, whatever. Right, give us 5 minutes to digest this stuff. As soon as your plate, they take like that, and your block is green, they whack it all on again. They just skewer all this stuff on, but it's like it's cooked however you like. So there's like 4 or 5 servers going around, different types.
So that sounds like a Greek meze to me. That's the way they used to do it when I was in Cyprus and in Greece.
Yeah, they probably do it the South. I think they got the similar sort of thing. But I'll tell you what, it's beautiful.
Just keeps coming.
Yeah, it never stops. But I'll say it's about £60 a head, but you can have as much as you like.
So I'm curious, what would you say is your most memorable eating experience at a restaurant?
What, good or bad?
Good.
My favorite meal is chicken consomme, and it's clear chicken soup basically.
Right.
And because I was in a different type of school than regular school, our teacher, because we all passed our exams, he took 6 of us out to a restaurant, and the only person I knew made consomme was my nan. And because obviously she would boil all the bones down and then put all the chicken in, and it was like clear chicken soup, absolutely awesome. And I had never had it ever since my nan passed away. And the teacher went there, and it didn't give you a restaurant. It didn't give you like a menu. They come up with a set menu, and this consomme was on my plate, and I had about 10 bowls of it. I didn't have anything else. I just wanted to have this down, and because it's my favorite thing in the whole world, consomme. That's my favorite restaurant time, because it reminded me of my nan. Of the way she
Isn't that that's a nice memory.
So that's
I see someone enjoyed chocolate mousse as a child. That's
chocolate mousse.
That's a good memory. I have 2 really. One stands out because of the quality of the meal. I had this. I was with my mother and my older sister in Old Montreal, Quebec, in a lovely French restaurant that served us French. It's orange glazed duck, and it was one of the most delicious meals I've ever had. But the ambiance wasn't as nice as the other place I went to, because even though the meal was wonderful, the one thing that I have the greatest memory of was sitting on the balcony of an ancient restaurant overlooking the Lake Kinneret, which would be the Sea of Galilee in Tiberias in Israel. And it was a Chinese restaurant of all places. But the food was so incredible. No, and we weren't eating cats or dogs. It was normal food. But it was the quality of the cuisine was amazing. But you look outside and I remember the sunset over the Sea of Galilee with all the palm trees and the arches from the restaurant. It was an ancient building, an old building, and you're sitting on this balcony, and you had this warm breeze coming in from the sea, and it was something that has been etched in my memory as, wow, not only is the food experience amazing, Chinese food no less, but to look over at this scenery, and I'll never forget it. It was the best meal I ever had.
I think you can never replay that again, and that's the thing. You know what I mean? I think when I tried that consomme, my nan, I just couldn't get enough of it. It was just not enough. And when I had it again a few years later, in the restaurant, my teachers took us out. I've never had that since. I've never known anybody to do it since. I'd love to learn, but I know I'll mess it up and it'll ruin so I've never tried it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we've like John Jacobs has said, he goes, we ate at the inn at Penn State and the state paid, which is really cool. Santi's visit
nothing like prison food.
Santi, you used to visit the restaurant, and you drove to a station wagon, and you drove a station wagon with a license plate that said Santa 1.
That would be a sleigh, not a station wagon.
I've had a lot of bad experience in restaurants. When me and Zoe went out for a meal, and it was terrible, wasn't it? It was a really bad meal, wasn't it? And the guy came over to us and goes, "How was your meal?" I goes, "Vile." And I said, "The fish is still swimming, the cow's still mooing." You know, it was terrible. It was absolutely the worst.
The worst meal I ever had was in Dieppe, France.
Wow, that's unusual.
Should have been just a simple bruschetta, and you know what a bruschetta is. It's pretty cut and dry. They brought it out and it looked like a pizza with 4 or 5 different types of cheese, and they were the most rank cheeses I've ever smelled. I mean, they made Limburger smell good, and you picked it up and it was just soggy, wet, disgusting mess. And I took one bite and I literally gagged. And my friend who was sitting across from me thought it was the most delicious because he likes that kind of cheese stuff.
Oh, okay. So
and he's strong. Like gobbling this up, and I gave him all mine. You can have all this. I'm not touching this stuff. But the French know how to cook.
They
know how to bake.
That is why I'm very surprised when you said, I suppose it is an acquired taste, I suppose, in different cheeses, because I'm like a mouse when it comes to cheese, but I don't like Stilton. I don't like Red Leicester.
Yeah, no.
I don't like Brie and all that sort of stuff. But Zoe loves it, don't you?
If you want a delicious cheese, bar none, it's probably one of the most delicious cheeses I've ever eaten. It's called halloumi.
Have you heard of that halloumi?
And halloumi cheese is unique because it doesn't melt, and it's like a mushroom. It absorbs the flavors of the foods that it's cooked with.
Right. Okay.
If you fry up halloumi cheese with a piece of back bacon, it is the most amazing, and you have a piece of toast with it and whatnot. It is the most delicious thing you'd ever eat for cheese, because it's just amazing, and it doesn't melt. It has a crispy outside.
Oh, that's my type of cheese. It's crispy.
There you go.
When I melt cheese, if you see the way I do my cheese on toast, Zoe thinks it's wrong, but it's the way I love it. I will get a block of cheese and I'll stick it in a bowl and I will set that thing on fire. Okay. And in a microwave, I just completely zap it until it's completely going, and it's hotter than my furnace, It's like, and I just literally spread it on my toast, and it tastes great, and it hardens up. So yeah, crispy cheese
sounds good. John was saying he thinks that luau's are great. I would love to try a luau. Always wanted to try poi, see what it's like. And of course, Kathy, she's in there like, free food. I love free food. Well, yeah, we all love free
anything
food.
Free is good. And Rich is going, I like comfort food. I love comfort food. Another.
My comfort food is showing.
Too many candy canes.
Oh yes.
Nothing beats a good meal. I like. We do order now and then, not very often. But I love home cooked food. I love anything home cooked. Like today, we had hot dogs, but the home cooked hot dogs, like the proper sausages and sauces. But yeah, I think that low from Hawaii is all shrimps, isn't it? Is that like shrimps, prawns?
No, they do pig roasts and stuff too.
Yeah. But I think Shannon was talking about that's one of his favorite foods. I think he was talking about that in Hawaii. But yeah, it's like today, the way I do my hot dogs is like I don't have everything on top. I don't have all the sauces on top or anything. I have it on the bottom, so I don't make a mess.
Well, that only makes sense.
So I have like anything that goes underneath it. Like I've done it with mushrooms. I've done it with bacon. I've done it with eggs, hot dogs. Then I put I put all the sauces on the bottom, and I put the sausage on the top, so it doesn't out everywhere.
I like it where you have one of the larger hot dog buns, and you get instead of hot dog, our kubasa, and with sauerkraut and Dijon mustard, it is absolutely decadent.
Oh, sounds good. That sounds good. Chicken fried steak, hash browns, scrambled eggs, and sausage.
That sounds
That's
good.
almost an English breakfast. Apart from obviously the chicken fried steak.
Oh, where's the beans?
Yeah, beans. Now, there's something about English breakfast that you may not know, right? About me, I cannot mix my beans with mushrooms. Can't stand it. They have to
Interesting.
When I do my actually I got a picture I've done one the other week.
Dime bag Darren Lowe is in the house. He's working.
See, my eggs is quite close to that, but they see that is what I've done for Zoe.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Should blow that up so we can see it a little better.
That is blown up.
No, you know what I mean.
Oh, I see. I know what you mean now.
There you go. I thought you said you didn't mix your beans with your mushrooms.
That's not my plate.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, babe.
I prefer the beans made with
McDonald's look like?
molasses.
Here you go. This is what our McDonald's look like. That's what our McDonald's looks like when it gets to you.
Oh, that's sad. That is a sad.
I told you we got the worst McDonald's in the world. You'll be very disappointed when you come over here because I went. Obviously, the best McDonald's I ever had was in Texas, and I told you it was proper, proper, and I was like, whoa. And one of the buns slid off, and he just picked it up and he threw it in the bin. I goes, "What's wrong with that?" He goes, "No, I can't serve you that. That's wrong." I said, you've never been to England then, have you? I goes, that's gourmet.
The best place in the UK I ever ate was in Salisbury, and I had this prime rib that was so decadent with this au jus and a double stuffed potato, followed by the sticky toffee pudding with French vanilla ice cream. Oh, it was absolutely amazing. And somewhere in there, I had a stout.
So you had your Murphy's or the Guinness or.
Oh, I had a Guinness. It was Guinness, definitely.
See, I like Murphy's as well. I don't mind Murphy's. Well, when I used to, I don't mind Guinness from a can, but I used to prefer Murphy's from the tap. When it's poured, it's just better. It's cooler.
I never thought I'd enjoy Guinness as more than a lager, but I'll take a Guinness any day over a lager.
Oh, Guinness is just good. It's just heaven. It's one of those drinks you can't rush.
I think we're making Richard hungry.
Oh, look, got a lunar eclipse there in 2 to 4 a.m. there. I'm not sure where John Jacob. I can't remember where he's from, which part. Just trying to find.
I know we're pretty overcast here in Alberta.
But you like snails, don't you? As I said, you actually
No,
you went
who
to France.
likes snails?
Zoe went to France. She's had snails. Does she? She actually reached a 1K. Absolutely fantastic.
Ida Herring.
Yeah. That's really cool because she's been crawling up there for a while now. Just trying to find some. There's something I wanted to show you and I can't find it.
So tonight I put up my Christmas tree.
You got your Christmas tree up now. We don't do ours until
one of several.
One of several. So let me guess. You got one about 1 or 20.
No, usually we put up 4 main, and then we have the miniatures and the wall. What do they call it? They're not wreath. We have a lot of wreaths, but we have sconces. They're basically wreaths, but they're not round. They drape down like a tear shape. They're actually quite pretty.
All right, okay. I'll tell you what I saw a few years ago, and I thought it's such a sad idea. It was design a Christmas tree, okay, and they were making these Christmas trees like they basically got real Christmas trees, but they kind of resined them, so they were really stiff, if that makes sense, and they stuck them upside down, so it's like a very tall 6-foot upside down Christmas tree, and it looked stupid. It looked like you just have to stick it on the ceiling. Just didn't see the point of them, and they were selling for about 140 quid when you could buy the same tree for about 50 quid.
Oh my goodness!
So yeah, all you have to do is turn it upside down.
I don't understand why people do that. I mean, with a little bit of effort, you can have yourself a lovely tree and it won't cost you an arm and a leg.
Yeah, that is so true. And I'll tell you a really funny story, right? Yeah, when I going back many years ago when I was at this other company, we had this special designer our company paid for the day because I'm not sure around about in the industrial areas where you are, but there used to be like a Christmas tree competition, and which company won the competition, the employees for that company will get a load of Christmas bonuses, and so you can get like DVD player or whatever the case may be, is first price, whatever the case. And well, so our company thought we'd do the cheap, yeah, and buy and hire a designer. Okay. And so he came in, hi, I'm the designer and all this. And he cornered off this foyer. So no one was allowed in the foyer. Okay. Don't forget, there's about 600 people work at this factory. And he covered the stairs. So nobody can come down the stairs. So you can't see what he's doing. He had his assistants with him. And that's all we saw all day. And we was expecting this spectacular display of Christmas tree. Okay, it's been there all day, right? And we found out the cost of this designer for the day was nearly £2,500 for the day.
Oh my
to design
goodness!
this Christmas tree. So
Wow.
there he goes. Our company all got these plastic cups with a little bit of cheap vinegar wine, right? They bought from the bottom shelf of some basement somewhere. And of course, our boss has given a big speech. Oh, this is whoever this guy's name is, and he's a designer. He's an interior designer. He's a tree decorator, whatever his resume is. And we're going to now reveal our stunning Christmas tree, which is guaranteed to win this competition. That is huge, beautiful Christmas trees around the factories, you know. And he's, oh yeah, I'm so delighted that I'm here to design your Christmas tree for you. It's been an absolute pleasure, whatever. Pulls off this reveal. It was just a normal box standard 6-foot Christmas tree with a gold bead going around it, a silver bead, and another gold bead. That was it. No lights, no tinsel, no fairy, no star, nothing. We was like, now don't forget this. Must be about 50 people. It's 600 factory workers, but only about 50 people can fit in this foyer. So a lot of people are outside, and you can still hear crickets. You can hear snowdrops falling on the ground.
That's so bad.
And it's like, what? And so, well, that was soon ripped. That was soon ripped down, and me and a few lads got a tree up. And we decorated ourselves. We didn't win, but we came third. And
there you go.
Because it was just thrown together. You know, it was just thrown together. And but yeah, it was just terrible. It was you can hear snow hit the ground, and this guy's like, look. It's like, really? What have you been doing all day? You know, you've been under this. Yeah,
exactly. Mrs. C and I, we actually volunteered with Festival of Trees to learn the art of doing decorating on the trees. So as a volunteer, we worked with another 50 people who'd been decorating professionally for years and years and years to maximize the Christmas magic that can come out of a tree, the depth of the lights, the types of ornaments, the way to lay the garland. Everything has to be done in a. I mean, you can have a multiple of different ways, but it should be the tree should give off a glow that you cannot explain. It just mesmerizes you.
Yeah,
and it should have ornaments, and it should have the feeling of the person that's putting it together. And so that's what I'd recommend anybody to learn from someone that has actually put these trees together. You can volunteer. I'm sure in your hometowns you can find somebody or an organization that does up Christmas displays, and they look for volunteers and they raise money for charities and whatnot.
Wow, I mean, I don't know about you guys. Have you ever had a bad experience with Christmas tree decorations that you've seen? You think, wow, that is just terrible, and you wish you can go over it and fix it.
The worst one I'd ever seen, and of course I'm going to really date myself here. Of course, it's easy to date me. I've been around for a while. Back in the 1960s, when they started to try to make things modern, getting out of the 50s, so you got into a lot of furniture that was, plastic and very uncomfortable stuff and weird shapes, and they come up with a Christmas tree made out of aluminum foil. And these aluminum trees had no lights. They were dangerous. You couldn't put lights in them because
No.
you'd probably end up, burning your house down. But they had a little tri-light that you set on the floor, and you put it off to the side, and it would rotate with a light bulb behind it, and would change colors. And you put it against the tree, and it would change because it's aluminum. It reflected off the different colors, and it was such a tacky looking thing.
Yeah.
And though that's probably the worst trees I've ever seen. And yet today, people are collecting those. They are actually collectible trees.
So that's crazy what you think would be a bad idea back then. It's like a lot of things. And I don't know why people would collect them, but we all collect different kind of quirky stuff. But how would you sell them when people didn't want them? If you was to sell them, that's
You know what? One person's junk's another person's treasure. They people will buy them.
It's crazy. It's
Yep.
just, I know it sounds crazy. It probably isn't crazy, but when you see something tacky like that, you can't really do anything with them. Yes, I've had Richard Sappy says, I had a small artificial tree, but we haven't had a real tree in years. I will never have a real tree. I wouldn't even contemplate on a real tree because it'd probably be broken anyway, wouldn't it?
Well, real trees are a lot of work. I mean, I love the smell and the look of them if they're well taken care of. But if you don't water them, and especially if you have pets, which is a real problem because they drink the water from the bottom of the tree, they become a fire hazard. So
yeah, they become
you
dry.
get artificial trees that are so beautiful now. They'll last for 25 or 30 years, and they're absolutely gorgeous.
I used to have this black tree of it all illuminated itself. But it started to limp over like that, and it looked like it was drunk. It came to a point.
Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
Yeah, and it started sagging. So it's obviously it needed chucking because it wouldn't have lasted any lunch. I had it years, and it started to droop over that. But it was brilliant because it was my first Christmas tree that I bought myself when I lived on my own, and it was perfectly straight. But over the years, taking it in and out the box over the years, it started to droop over, and it was black. It was a black tree, but it illuminated itself. You know, it all changed. It had all different types of colors. You can change the speed of it. Obviously, it used to put lights and that and whatever for everything on. I mean, it was decorated to the high heaven, but it got dangerous, didn't it? Where it was tipping over, wasn't it? So it had to go. But we're going to get a new one this year, aren't we? That's our plan.
Yeah. One of the traditions that we had in our family, as in regard to a Christmas tree, is that every single year, every member of the family had to get a new Christmas bauble. For you U.S. folks, that's the Christmas ornaments. They're baubles. And it had to be a bauble that represented you as a person. So something that you were into, whether it be like me, I was into Star Trek, so it had to be a ship or whatever. You had to collect a different bauble every year. As the years progressed, the tree got fuller and fuller and fuller with all these new baubles in it. And then as your children left, they had one responsibility: leave one bauble on the tree and take the rest and start your own tree when you get to your home.
That's pretty cool.
And that's what we did.
Yeah, the pine needles drove them crazy. I don't think we've ever had a real tree. You like real trees, don't you? But yeah, it's going to be a new tree year this year. So obviously it's Lauren's birthday on the 10th of December, and we don't start Christmas until 11th of December. And so everything's going to be all brand new this year. So lights, decorations, tree. We've still got all the stockings and stuff, haven't we? But that's all going to be new, isn't it? This year, we've still got some stuff, haven't we, from years gone, haven't we? I can't remember what we have got, but we do need new lights, don't we? We have new lights, new tree. I've still got some bits. I can't remember what we have got and what we haven't got. I used to have these like little like little crackers, and they was proper crackers, and but they've been and gone, haven't they? And they were there for years. I had no idea what was inside them. They have little toys in them. I think they had little toys in them, didn't they?
It's funny you mentioned that. Mrs. C
just
was
throw them on
talking
the
about
tree.
putting crackers in the tree this year, which would be a different thing.
Yeah, we've got chocolates don't last long. As soon as you put a
Oh,
chocolate,
especially if you got a dog, don't put chocolates in your tree.
But yeah, it's we had one tree, Christmas on my own, never again. We drove probably 20 miles to go up the stone mile long driveway for the tree in the mountains. $25 years ago, $60. Oh wow! See, that's inflation for you, isn't it? It's just, $50 to $60 a tree. But that's one thing with real trees and artificial trees. At least you can have one for 20 odd years. I mean, $60. It's good fun to have a real tree, but it's a lot of money to fork out every year, more or less, and it goes
And it's
up.
work. It's a lot more work.
Yeah, and getting rid of them is a nightmare because a lot of the rubbish places don't take them. They don't take them anymore. So you have to find somewhere or try and burn them somewhere. Freaking awesome. John Jacobs. I love it. He does upside down. Reg LeBay. It's Dimebag Darren with. He was here, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, but he's. I'm surprised he's working. He's in Abbotsford, and and he. I think he works in Vancouver with his karaoke. So I guess his road is open. He said he was on high ground, but can't see him taking a boat to work.
I mean, just hope he's all right. That's the main thing. As long as if he's out and about doing stuff, things must be okay where he is.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, Reg.
Hello from Ontario. Can't stay. A bad night here. Stop to smash the like button. Thank you, Reg LeBay. You're awesome, my friend. Local parks department takes the trees.
Yeah, they do that here too in Alberta.
Another little thing. What we used to do when we was kids is wrap up the worst Christmas presents and the funniest Christmas presents you can possibly muster up. And so for a practical joke, right, what would you send somebody for fun?
I only did it once, and I didn't get the reaction I was hoping to. They a few years back they came out with a little model moose that you filled up with little chocolates, and when you lifted the tail, it pooped chocolate out. and I gave it to my youngest boy, and he did not like that.
Well, I'm not eating that. It's just chocolate. All fenced in so the deer don't eat them. Oh man, no way! One of those dirty toys that are stuck to the forehead. Me and my brother, we sent a slice of toast. Just wrapped it up, posted it, and just for fun, random house.
Oh my goodness!
I sent rubbish. The Christmas wrapping stuff. Do you know we wrap presents up? The rubbish to that, at the ends of that, I sent to my mate. Right, I goes, "There's your rubbish present," and so things like that. So yeah, all the off cuttings to the wrapping I sent as a present. So I wrapped that up. All the rubbish. He thought, "Oh, this is cool." It's just rubbish everywhere. And one year, somebody I know loves unicorns. So I sent her that particular toy. Thank you, Richard. You're awesome. Also, you should have your package from me, or you should have had it by now, or on its way. What else? My friends, they used to do parcel bombs, and they would do like send you a present, but it'll always be like some kind of trick inside, So I was always wise to it. And so one year, I got micro glitter, and as I wrapped the parcel up, every side had about 5 bags of this micro glitter, and of course, my mate Robbie, he opened it up, realized what was going on, and he goes, I got you. I went, oh, man, of course you have. You opened it, and I was like, mate, I'm so sorry. He goes, okay. So he tips out the bin, and he decides to unwrap the other sides, which I already sellotaped down. And of course, all the other sides had micro glitter, and it was everywhere.
Oh my goodness!
And he was so annoyed for trying to hoover up this glitter for months. He actually ripped his carpet and put laminated flooring in.
Man, oh man. The one worst one that I did besides the one I mentioned. My son's girlfriend at the time. We made up a gift for her that was 15 layers deep, so that you have a box inside a box inside of a box inside of a box, and each one was wrapped with as much packing tape as possible, plus the wrapping paper on top of it. And it took her an hour and a half to get through to the last one. And the last one had a note in it saying, oops, I forgot to put your present in here. I think it's outside. So she went outside and she found her new car.
Well, that was like... I've done something similar, but not an actual car. Done that to Lauren a few times. But yeah, not if in a new car, of course, but just like 3 or 4 goes, but nothing as deep as that. Man, that was it'd have been even funny if you left it to the next day and gone, well, the fault was there,
It's funny you mention it. I'm giving my granddaughter a unicorn.
You're getting your granddaughter a new car?
Yeah, no, she's getting a unicorn.
Oh, all right, a unicorn. Just got back from walking the dog. Remember the chocolate poopy moose, Patrick. We didn't have a chocolate poop. I've never even seen it, but I bought my son Gooey Louie. If you didn't know what that is, you have to pick his nose, and the more you pick, his brain explodes. And he wasn't very impressed. It was just this snot coming out. You have to pick his nose to play this game. Gooey Louie, it's called. It's really funny. You have to pull his. So bad. Gooey Louie. Has anybody heard of Gooey Louie?
No, I don't think I'd have that in the house.
It was so funny.
Too many people with weak tummies. Oh my goodness. Oh. Great Scott, welcome. Bonjour mon ami. Je suis happy.
Man, it's great. Oh, there we go. Gooey Louie.
Oh, yuck.
He's put his bogus. So disgusting. It's just like that jelly stuff, But oh man.
So I might as well tell you a story of how I got back on 2 naughty boys. One in particular.
What my son was
many years ago. my Andrew and his little brother had the bad habit of anytime I went into the washroom, the water closet for you guys in Britain, they would stick their hands underneath the door and they would wiggle their fingers underneath. And I said, you better stop that or I'm going to get you. And of course, they would laugh at it and they run off, and they did it every time. One day, I went in with a jar of peanut butter. and they had their fingers going underneath the door, and I got a little piece of toilet paper and peanut butter on it, and I said, you better stop or I'm going to put something on your fingers. And they kept doing it. I dabbed the fingers, and all you could hear from the other side of the door was running all over the place. And of course, I opened up the door and I had it on the piece of toilet paper, and I'm chasing them with it. No. And then but it's really good. And that was it.
That's good. That's really good.
They never forgot it.
In school, do you have limeade over there, didn't you?
Yes.
Limeade. Pour that into a little bottle and make a hole at the top, and so you have like a normal everyday bottle, and pour that in, and at school, obviously the kids, you wouldn't want to go into the restrooms at school, yeah. So what we used to do is when a lad used to go into like the restroom, right? Restrooms in Canada and America, right? And what we used to do is pour limeade around the edge, and we say, "Oh look, man, you've missed the bowl." It's like, "No, I didn't. Yeah, you did. Look, you've missed everything." Because it's obviously green, and it's like fizzing. It's oh man, it's so funny. Or it's just like if you're stood in the next one, and you get the bottle and just squeeze the bottle so it looks like you're peeing underneath and hitting and splashing on them. It's just limeade, but it's so funny. Like,
the practical jokes we did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just done all sorts of stuff like that. It's quite funny. Another good one. My neighbour. I don't know about the days like today. You don't really see neighbours come into your house these days and borrow the milk, borrow the sugar, just help themselves, and go again. And of course, there was like 7 of us in our house. It was 4. I've got 4 siblings and my mum and dad. And of course, all trying to have breakfast before school and stuff like that. And we had limited means, but the neighbour used to come in and take the milk or take the butter and not bring it back. And my dad used to go mad. Oh, where's we only had like 8 tea bags left. And Phyllis is coming, taking them all, and we got nothing to drink in the morning now because he wants to go to work. And it's like, so me and my mate Andrew Scott, we sat there on the pavement and says, I've got to get Phyllis back, I've got to get Phyllis back. And I found this dirty old sock, and I put it in an envelope and I wrote her address, and I wrote on it some kind of winnings, right? Whatever it was, I can't remember what it was. Anyway, tea time came along, and I was having me tea, and I saw our neighbour run in with this brown envelope, and I thought, oh no, I'm in trouble here. But as she's running through, she's stuffing it down her bra like this, yeah. And I wait for it because it's only me home, and all you hear is from my mum, Dale, get upstairs to bed now, you little git, right? And I went, well, I wanted breakfast this morning before school, and she took Dad's tea bags. We never had no breakfast this morning because she took the milk, never brought it back. So I played a joke on her. Just you get to bed now. So yeah, it was a dirty old sock. She thought she won this loads of money, and oh man, but yeah, we wouldn't have to play any jokes whatsoever because it was kind of like a very not strict, but it's fun, but old school family, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother was the biggest practical joker. My brother lives in America. My mum saved up buying all these brand new curtains. You know, she saved every sort of penny she had to buy these curtains. And my brother decided to sew them together and forgot. And of course, my mum come downstairs to open them up, ripped them. It's just the seam. Oh man, it was so funny because he had a bout in him.
My, oh my.
Brilliant news. Then he glued a 50p to the mantelpiece, and my dad goes, "Oh, look, 50 pence." He was there trying to ages pick up this 50 pence, and it was glued to one of the tiles. But my brother oversight his thing because you can't get these tiles anymore. And of course, my dad chiseled this to get this, and I went, "Oh, so we had to have a brand new tile surround put in because what turned out to be 50 pence turned into like cut 100 quid to get it fixed."
Oh boy.
But yeah, good old days.
I'm just thinking of how long it took to get off the naughty list on those ones.
Probably a long time. The worst thing I ever did at Christmas, me and my brother, we had this absolute knack of unwrapping Christmas presents, and we were wrapping back up again perfectly without fail. And so this one particular year, me and my brother goes, "We know where the Christmas presents are." Yeah, we know where they are. And this trunk thing. And what they don't realise is that even though they locked it from the front, all you have to do is take the pins up the back and lift it the opposite way. So it was easy. They thought, you know, and we unwrapped our Christmas presents. And my brother got out his pool set, playing pool. I had an Evel Knievel stunt bike. And
I remember those.
Yeah, I don't know how they never heard us downstairs. They used to go, "What you two doing?" Nothing. You know, it was nothing. When a kid says nothing, you know, all kids are up to something, right? My brother's playing pool. There's me playing on my Evel Knievel. Wraps it all back up again. Puts it all away, you know, like nothing's happened. And puts it back in the trunk. Puts the pins back in. Puts the covers over. And then goes downstairs. "What you two been up to?" "Nothing." "Oh, he's off." He stood over again. It's like he's test driving his
I'm letting my poochie in.
lightning.
He is now.
But yeah, what it was, my mum went up there to check the chest to make sure that we haven't broken into it. And she looks at the chest and thinks they've got into this, but not too sure how. So my mum opens the chest up, lifts it up, but it was my present, and one of the sellotape has popped up like this. You know, one of the tape pieces have popped up.
Right.
And then she knew we'd been in there. But there was no real suspicion that we were playing with anything. And she goes, "How did you get in to this chest?" And she goes, "You're not having any Christmas presents until you got into." "No, we didn't. We never got into the chest." And of course, you know we did, because the sellotape, the only evidence was the sellotape's been ripped up like that. And I think when I put it back, I must have moved it a little bit and it peeled it up. And so yeah, it was. We had a hiding and half for that, so we had to really tell her. And so we said, "Well, when you lock the chest, you can pull the pins back and then open it the opposite way." Yeah, it wasn't a very good secure chest, but we had a hiding. but there was no proof that we played with it. But the kids always say nothing. All kids are up to something. Yeah,
Kids will be kids.
Yeah, I love that Evil Knievel. I wish I had that today. Absolutely love that.
Yeah, it was a fun toy. So were the Rock'em Sock'em robots. Those were fun too.
Yeah.
All
Do you
kinds
remember
of
those,
interesting toys.
LCD games? And you used to press it. It's looks like binoculars, but
Oh, you talking about the Viewmasters?
the Viewmasters. That's it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the Viewmasters. They're popular. So were Slinkies. Were big. Silly Putty was great, especially in the stockings. I think we still have that somewhere. Play-Doh was another one. Lego is probably one of the best things even today.
Yeah,
they're quite popular. What was the other one? Meccano. The science sets were okay. Early 50s, they weren't that good though. They did you know in some of the science kits back in the 50s, they even had radioactive material in them. I'm like, what? What?
Cancer in a box, right?
Exactly.
But the thing is, though, anything I don't like about Lego today than we had Lego back then. Everything has already been pre-made.
That's a huge change. That you had to use strictly your imagination at first.
Yeah.
Now they say, okay, this is what you can build.
Yeah, and it's only donated to that kind of like a I don't know, starship or
starships and pirates and castles and all kinds of different things they've come up with.
Yeah, I prefer the older Lego where you build stuff out of your own brain and used to make the best ship.
I'm forgetting the name of it, but there's some online games that have become very popular these days. Some of the preteens and the teens are really into these games.
I tell you, I love board games. I absolutely love board games. In the old days, they played with Mercury. They did play with Mercury.
Yeah, we played with Mercury in school. We used to have fun with that stuff. That's not all. In school, we used to cut asbestos sheets out in shop class and make hot mats for the stove and bring it home to mom. Or in auto class, we used to cut gaskets out of asbestos sheets.
Bloody hell!
I mean, why? I'm surprised we're still here.
They don't make guys like they used to, right? But yeah, it's another thing is that used to make everything was made like paper trains and stuff like that. You know, the old loops. You spend hours making these. Oh, spirograph. Yeah, that's another awesome thing.
Yeah, spirograph was one.
But everything was like
Etch-a-Sketch.
I'll tell you what I do miss is the kids' school disco. When you was a kid, you used to look forward to the Christmas disco. I love that. Having that jelly and ice cream and presents, and Santa used to turn up. But yeah, when you grow up, you sort of you still have your fun, still enjoy it. But you know, when kids grow up, you sort of it's just weird without having that sense of fun. You know, you can play with the toys and stuff.
I remember sitting at home when we were listening to the radio, and my dad comes in the door and says, "Kids, I have a surprise for you," and he brought in a television. Oh, it was incredible. It had probably a 12-inch screen that stood about 3 foot high in this big heavy box with all these tubes in it, and it had a simple dial on it for on off and one for selecting the 2 or 3 channels we got, and we turned it on and we set up the rabbit ears on top of the thing, which was really a terrible time. And we watched our first episode of Howdy Doody.
Awesome.
And we got to see the Mickey Mouse Club and all kinds of really cool things. No more of the Shadow Nose or the Abbott Costello on the radio or anything like that. We actually got to see TV, which was really a thrill. So I've seen a few things in my time.
Well, yeah, I mean, the last 150 years has got to be the most spectacular 150 years for all the inventions, because everything now is just an add-on to or an better improvement as the last one. It's like,
oh, absolutely.
I mean, a lot of people, I'm not dishing anything, but music, a lot of the music is just newer versions to what was done years and years ago.
Michael Buble is a good example. They're bringing back the lounge singing sound of Frank Sinatra.
Yeah. We had Michael Buble on the other night. But yeah, it's when you see these bands sing these songs, and that's new, it's our written song, and you said, well, no, it wasn't. That was written back in the 1950s, and by this person, and it was quite ironic. Where a prime example of a copyright claim is Ed Sheeran. He's been fined so many times for copying really old songs, and people don't realise. He thinks a lot of people, like these youngsters, think that it's all new songs. And you sit there and you listen to the music, you think that reminds me of something, and then your brain triggers something. I'm not into all this sort of stuff, and you're like, what's Santa Claus called in the UK? Santa Claus.
Father Christmas, Santa Claus. Depends on where you're at. You could be Père Noël.
Yeah.
Sinterklaas.
Crimbo, Father Crimbo. It's another one.
There's lots of different names.
Saint
I remember watching, John, I think it was John that mentioned the Soupy Sales. That was a great show. So was Captain Kangaroo and the old Mickey Mouse Club. And then they back in the 50s, they come out with all the Westerns, tons of them. They had Davy Crockett come out, and you had, oh my goodness, what was, I can see it. I just can't. Paladin was probably my favorite.
Oh, wow. I'll have to check. I don't know what Paladin is. It sounds good.
Oh yeah, my mother dressed my brother and I up in cowboy outfits for Paladin. It was very cool.
Similar. It sounds like something to like we used to have, like Uncle Ben used to like dress up in different types of stuff. But we had something similar to Radio Shack over here, where you can get like electronic kits, and you can solder electronic kits together and make a radio or a lock or an alarm of some kind. That was pretty cool. They were pretty cool. It showed you how to do, proper circuitry, PCBs and stuff. That was pretty cool. Models was my thing when I was a kid. Coins.
Models was mine too. Big time.
I've only got one left now of all of them. So I showed you the other week.
I was a silly boy. Silly boy. I collected silver dollars for years. Had jars and jars and jars of them. Went out and I bought probably about 15 or 20 models. And a lot of them were, in fact, one of them I remember best was the very first Star Trek model.
Oh, wow.
And we were big on firecrackers. And we decided, hey, let's have some fun with these models. And we took them out the backyard and we blew them all up. The worst one that got it was the poor Enterprise. I packed it solid with cherry bombs and whatnot. And I blew the heck out of it. And that model would be worth a fortune right now. Not to mention all those silver dollars that I got rid of.
All that stuff collectible was just went up in smoke.
Yeah.
I used to love the Lone Ranger and Tonto. I used to love so Ivanhoe and Zorro, all them. And
Yeah,
so
I had a
know
naughty
the
moment, but you
manger.
know what? It passed. There's hope for naughty children.
Bad Santa. Yeah, my brothers were collecting like motorbikes and model cars and stuff. I was planes. I built everything really, but mainly it was planes.
Yeah, I had a lot of planes. Good deal of them. And
Do you know what I used to do with smoke when I used to get the plane and say that like some of the stuff was missing because it was always happening. You always had some things that you buy your main model, then you go to like because just going off topic, when me and Zoe went to the theatre a few weeks ago, I goes right there is the old model shop I used to go to. Something else now, I can't remember what it is, but because that was the model shop every week we would go there, and that was the model shop. And they used to have I don't know, for like 50 pence, they would have these models with parts missing, and used to buy them to make other models or have like little drawers so you know if you did have a model that had a piece missing, you can just go and get it out and you've got a whole set. And so we used to buy these models, and sometimes I like a wing missing, or it'll have I don't know, the man missing or whatever, canopy, whatever, and it used to be 50p. And we used to say, "Have you got this part?" And it says like missing. So we'll go and get our main model, and then we'll buy these crappy ones. And what I used to do for smoke, like say like the wing was missing, I used to get another wing off another plane, paint it more or less as such. You wouldn't be able to notice it unless you looked at it really closely. And I used to put cotton wool coming out, going down the side with like brown paint going down it, so it looked like it's actually on fire or been hit. It's just a way of covering up a piece of modelling that's missing.
well, very interesting.
That's what I used to do. Or if it had a cracked canopy, I used to get I used to like heat up some wire and make little holes around the plane, so it looked like it was bullet holes. So you can still use your imagination.
So you did dioramas up then?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So
Yeah,
like,
those are nice. I've gotten lazy in my old age when it comes to models. It'd be nice to be able to do them in the proper colors and whatnot.
Yeah.
But because I use them to anchor my coin collections, I build them properly, but I spray them bronze.
Oh, okay.
And the bronze, you've seen that, right? Didn't I show you? The bronze models look so good with the silver coins.
It does. It sets it off. It's pretty cool. One thing I've never done, which when I see, because I also watch model YouTubes, I still watch them today because I find it fascinating. What I don't like is when they spray them, spray painted. I think it's a very lazy way of making a model. Every one I've done is hand painted.
Yes, that's the way they should be done.
And it gives a much more authentic contrast to the paint as well.
That's why I said I was naughty when it came to my doing my bronzes, because that's all just spray paint, just get all over it. But I mean, they're made to look like a bronze statue instead of an actual model, so I don't mind. If I were to do dioramas again, though, I would be hand painting them. It looks much better.
I used to like the. I saw his model the other day, and more or less is similar to what I had. You bought the Spitfire, but I had a Hurricane, and it was sat in its pitch in its aerodrome to be refilled up. And I saw one the other day with a Spitfire, and I used to have sandbags around mine, and it was about 2 foot wide by about 4 foot. And it went into obviously had like the refueling trucks and all that, and the starting motors and stuff. And this one had the Spitfire, but instead of the sandbags, it had hedgerow going. It looked really, really cool. And this guy actually hand painted it, everything he did, but he bought all the parts separately. Where it was when it was when I was younger, it was a whole complete kit. So you had the whole thing. And another thing we used to do you know the railway stations you used to buy?
Yes.
Say from Hornby or whatever. Well,
Yeah.
me and my brother used to buy the houses, break them up, and use them as battle scenes. Make little battle
Oh,
scenes.
that works. Sure. Sure.
Used to do that as well. That was pretty cool. So we had like these German soldiers on one side because he used to paint all sorts of stuff, and then I'd do like an English side or American, and then paint them up into different things, and then try and get like a little battle scene going. And
Yeah.
that was pretty fun.
I think one of the most enjoyable dioramas I did was with my youngest son. He wanted to do a diorama of Vimy Ridge. So I went out and got myself a topographical map, an aerial view of Vimy Ridge at the time that the trenches and everything were in place.
Yeah.
And we did it was probably about a 3 foot by 3 foot board laid up, and we scaled it down so that it would, and we utilized very small figurines to go into the trenches and whatnot, and actually used styrofoam, and we used plaster Paris, and we actually molded and made all the craters and stuff, and the trenches, and used toothpicks to put the boards down at the bottom and the sides, and did little thin wire for barbed wire and all this stuff. It was fantastic. I mean, it took between the two of us, it probably took us about 2 or 3 months to make this thing. All hand painted, all little figures and whatnot. Of course, he took it to school, and it was part of one of his projects he had to do. And boy, did he ever get a good mark on that baby. Of course, Daddy had just as much fun with it as him. But that was an amazing diorama.
We were in the Canadians there. We used to have all sorts of stuff going on. But it's here he is.
Did I disappear?
But yeah, it was those days. I think nowadays a lot of things is all handheld and Xbox. I ain't got nothing against anything like that, but I think a lot of imagination is already programmed already. Everything's automated, I suppose. A lot of it's automated.
When the children are spending more of their times using game consoles and televisions to amuse themselves, I think even though, in one sense it's interesting, but I feel that because of the violence, it desensitizes the kids. That's number one. But the other thing that I have issues with is there's certain social skills where you get together, friends or family, and you can do these types of projects, make models or whatever it might be. It's family time that they're losing, whereas the kids, it's almost like having an electronic babysitter. It's not the same as
exactly.
Developing social skills with real people.
My son, he's got cerebral palsy, and when I started, I used to buy models to get his motor skills going. You see?
Oh, that's good. That's
not
good.
because of his cerebral palsy. It's because I was trying to make him do something with get his hands going, and learn that you can match numbers up and build something interesting at the same time.
Right.
And it doesn't matter what the end product looked like or how it was painted. It was like something that I tried getting him to do, and we built this Hercules. I still got the model today. His only model he's got left is it's a MiG-28, because it was one of the easiest ones you can make. It's just basically tail plane, 2 wings, man in the seat and canopy, clap it together, and that's it. It's something that is easy. Like I was trying to get him to match numbers and build it himself, and I built him up. We ended up building this big, massive Hercules, and he took that home with him after a while. But yeah, that was fun. It may have been a bit young for him, but I mean, I'm guilty of playing the Xbox with him. I used to be a gamer myself, and I feel bad in that way because I should have done more. I had limited time with him, so it was you only do what you can in so much. And I used to try and make him build. I mean, I built him a castle, and being like when you're in a model, you've got a lot of imagination. And now he comes to me, he goes, "Dad, I need a model built." Right? I goes, "Okay, what do you want?" He goes, "Castle." I goes, "How long have I got?" He goes, "Well, I've got to be built by next week." I goes, "You've been over my house like nearly a month and you haven't told me until today." So I built this castle, had perfect turrets, and I was taking photos as I was building it up, and obviously got a box, cut the box in and out, and had doors. Everything was all brickwork, and he had amazing marks for that. But it was my homework. It was my homework, not his. It's mine, and he got top marks for it.
Oh, excellent.
But yeah, but other kids are just bringing in whatever they brought in. It was just like, I don't know, round circle. But yeah, because I said, "What type of castle is it? Is it a Roman fort castle? Is it an Iron Age castle? Is it like a king and king castle?" I don't know.
I would be inclined to do the Roman, only because I've done most of the other ones, and the Roman period is so fascinating.
Yeah. You should. So you didn't actually go up to Hadrian's? You never went up north, did you, when you was over here?
No. I was in the south of England. Hung around Stonehenge, and then hit Plymouth and Brighton, and
beautiful places.
Salisbury.
Absolutely awesome. Salisbury's all right. I like Salisbury. I mean,
sure like the food there.
I'm glad you didn't come to Swindon to have some food. Then you've been disappointed.
Well, I found the best fish and chips was in a small town on the way to. We were just coming back from Stonehenge, and they pulled into this little town. They didn't even have a place for the buses to park. It was like you took your life in your hands getting out in the road. And we went in there. And of course, the thing must have been built in the 1500s, because you had to watch your head when you went in. And boy, did they ever make the best fish and chips I've ever eaten.
That sounds like Rawton.
Could be.
Rawton or Malmesbury. No, it can't be Malmesbury. It's not. If it's on a main road and it's like a green, chippy sign, that's got to be Rawton. They got nice chips there.
Yeah, it was really good. Enjoyed it.
Sounds like Rawton.
And speaking of chips and everything, I am getting famished. I have to make some dinner for my wife.
Yeah, I got to shoot as well. It's late here.
Of course it is.
Every kid should have a skill. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, we used to. My dad was a really good snooker player, and he had hundreds of trophies. And we was always playing this game called Kirby. I don't know if you ever played it.
No, I haven't.
It's basically you stand on the road, like a quiet road, not a busy road, a quiet road in your street, and you throw a ball against the curb, and when it bounces back, you catch it. Right? If it bounces and you catch, you get 1 point. If you catch it fully, it's 2 points. And if you do the 2 points 3 times, you can go in the middle and you throw the ball on the curb and you catch it, and it's only 1 point. But the other person on the other side has got to try and catch the ball, or until you miss, then it's the other person's go. And so you take it in turns until you hit the curb. It's called Kirby. And we used to have these massive competitions. About 20 of us used to play. We're like, okay, we'd pick out people in the hat. So like, say me versus the Evil Arch Conservative, and it'd be a play the first of 20. Whoever gets knocked out goes off. Then the next 2 people to play, and so we get down. And my dad used to give us these little snooker trophies. I mean, it's always great, and it obviously nothing to do with what we were doing, but it was fun to actually win something, his sense of achievement, and then we would play someone else. But that's what we used to do. Like this is a jump rope, hula hoops, Wally. My dad was a professional football player, and he would say, "Why don't you try playing Wally?" And to get really good skill, you'll stand about 15 foot away from a main wall, and you'll kick it. So I would say kick the ball in my right foot, and the other person or the other players, how many people there, would have to run and kick it with their left foot. And once I hit the ball had to hit the wall, and then it was my turn to kick it with my left foot, or whoever got there first.
Oh,
So
okay.
at the opposite foot, and whoever dropped the ball on before the ball hit the floor, you're out the game. So it was a really good skill game, and it was fun.
Oh, awesome.
And that's what I used to do. And when my dad used to play it with his brothers, they'd be there all day playing it. They didn't drop the ball whatsoever.
Great. It's fun. It's fun.
It's good fun. But yeah, I mean, these games can turn into fun. You know, I don't know, but it doesn't seem to be very many people outside playing these days. You don't hear the
No,
time.
especially out here. There's too much snow.
Well, you don't see kids skidding, I guess, down the streets. It's what the snow down.
No, I don't see kids, period.
But I mean,
it's
remember,
like
you get the
they
snow out,
rush
just
to get
skid.
they rush to get home so fast you don't even see them.
You don't hear that chime of the bike, or you don't hear the kids going.
There's there are a lot of differences. Like I remember a time when the kids used to go out and play, and when it was time for them to come in, it was typically when the street lights came on. But if they didn't show up, there was at least one or more parents on the front porch yelling for them to come home. You never hear that anymore.
No, you don't hear, come in for your tea, or there's a lot of noises you don't hear anymore. You don't hear the skipping ropes. You don't hear the clanking of the jacks. You remember playing jacks? You bounce the ball and you pick the jacks up. Milkman.
The milkman, the bread man, you don't have the neighbor's kid coming to your door going, hey, do you want your grass cut or your walk shoveled? They don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
You know, if I was a kid, I'd be rich because there's nobody that does it. Suddenly there's this, 10 or 15-year-old kid comes to the door going, can I shovel your walk? Yeah, okay, here's $20. Boom, done.
There's a lot of things that
like,
is.
I don't understand.
Sounds just all you hear now is the postman going beep, 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 or whatever is delivery on a PDA is the early
Not
morning.
even that. We have a super box. Postman doesn't come near my house, but they still lose my mail. They are on my naughty list like you wouldn't believe.
I bet they are. But
anyway, my friend, I've got to go.
Yeah,
I wish you all well. Everybody that's in chat. Cheerio. And we'll see you the next time I get together with this main elf here. And Dale, you're awesome.
And you are too, my friend. Much love to everybody. Thank you for joining today. It's really, really cool. And
it was fun.
Be safe, sir. And I'll see you Saturday. Lady Braven, thank you for joining us. Evil Arch Conservative, John Jacobs, and many, many others awesome people. Don't forget, I have got a game coming up for Battle Chat throughout December. And it's going to be like a Christmas themed one. So it may be a normal one. It may be like that. But please bear with me. I know you're all looking forward to Battle Chat. John Jacobs.
And we're out of here.
And you take care. And everybody else, please have a safe day. Have a safe evening. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you Saturday. And so please bear with me. I am doing... Battle Chat hasn't gone away. I'm just saving some stuff for a really awesome Christmas time. So, and I'm making some Christmas themed stickers to go with Battle Chat. I'll have my Christmas themed stickers, and I'll have my 2022 stickers being made as well. So, so if you win anything on there, that'll be a part of the package. So, I'd like to say thank you to everyone. You guys are absolutely awesome. Much love and respect to every single one of you. And I'll see you guys in the next one.